guys, welcome to the meditation channel. I'm so glad you're joining me today. So today I thought I would do a little bit of a different video where I will watch with you Teal Swan's reply, one of her many replies to the deep end. This one is the deep end caught on camera. So I don't know if you guys watched the deep end. So this is a documentary that Hulu made about Teal Swan. And, you know, when I found out that this documentary was coming out, I was like so excited. I have been a big fan of Teal Swan. Prior to the documentary, I loved her work. I loved her teachings. I loved her as an individual from what I could see. Obviously, you know, you're watching people on a camera, so your perception of them can, you know, be distorted. And, you know, I also just found her teachings to be incredibly insightful, incredibly powerful, and life-changing in a positive way. So the deep end comes out. This is, you know, a documentary. So they're following her, they're recording her teachings and what she does. And I watched the first episode and it left me a little bit like, okay, that was not what I expected. And it kind of left you with this impression that this could go one way or the other, basically, that she's a great teacher, just really tough and has her own way of seeing things. And then the other option kind of was, this is going to turn out to be not what you think it is, and she's not as good as you think she is. So then I watched episode 2, 3, I don't even know how many episodes. I watched the entire series, and by the end of that series, it completely changed my perception of Teal. Not in a good way. She genuinely came across as a cult leader, with a god complex, somebody who was pretty arrogant and just angry, and yeah, it did not make her look good at all. You know, very controlling with her team, manipulative, all of that sort of stuff you can imagine. So I was left really disappointed, but you know, I'm just not gonna not follow someone because a documentary, you know, like that came out. I mean, I still found her teachings to be profound and useful. So I think at the end of the day, that's really what I would focus on, and not so much her as a leader. Luckily, she started doing reply videos to each episode. And I think, you know, really to be fair, to get a fair perspective on anything, you know, it's important to watch both. Now, I, you know, thought that the documentary was, you know, looked good in the sense of they shot it really well. I didn't see anything that showed that, you know, I don't know how to describe it. Anyway, the point is that I'm trying to make is that ultimately when she shows you the entire footage, the unedited footage, suddenly you realize how much the footage from Hulu was actually manipulated. I think in the first 2 videos that she replies on, she doesn't show you any footage, so you're like, okay, that's hearsay. She's saying this, they say that, who knows? But then she actually found footage where they showed on the show, and then she shows you the entire footage that is not cut. And I can tell you right now, those 2 videos were not the same thing. Completely different messages, complete opposite. One was actually, which was the one that she showed, which was like a good message, and the way that they portrayed it turned out to look like she was just being abusive. So I've worked as an editor. Not a great editor, okay, but I've worked as an editor for many years. I've worked in the film and TV industry, so I know what you can do with footage. I know how you can make something look super innocent and sweet as something sinister and evil. You change the music in the background, you change the coloring of the screen, you add some footage prior or after it, and it can change the entire story. So once I really started thinking, I realized that, wow, they really mess with the footage, you know, and from what I could see from what she'd shown, they literally cut the footage in such a way where they only selected things that basically were leading towards a specific outcome. Yeah, I was really disappointed with Hulu because number one, if you're gonna do a documentary, do a documentary. don't manipulate, okay? And you know, obviously for her, because seems like she's trying to do the right thing. And listen, she obviously gets angry, you know, and she's a human being. You know, I get angry. You know, I'm sure you get angry. She's also a businesswoman, and you know, I'm not justifying her reaction to getting angry, but at the same time, you know, just because she got angry doesn't mean that she's evil or a cult leader or all these things. Anyway, so today we're gonna watch this video where she basically is once again talking about it. You let me know, by the way, if you want me to do more of these videos, because I find them really interesting. And we're just gonna watch it and comment and yeah, see what we get.
Hey there. So straight off the bat, you're not going to believe the video that I'm about to show you, but give me a minute just to set the scene. As you know, we've been doing these video responses about the TV series that was done about me that was called The Deep End. As you know by now, I am against this series in a very real way. The director and producers went to great lengths to deceive us for the period of 3 years. What they did...
Okay, 3 years. That is a really long time to work with someone, okay? And I don't know if you guys know anything about film and set. Peanut, it's not necessary, thank you. When you shoot something, you spend long hours on set. You know, very rarely you'll show up to set for like an hour or two, depending on what you're doing, depending what the shoot is about and all that sort of stuff. So 3 years, you get to really know people in 3 years on a personal level. So it's interesting already.
Is that they cultured incredibly close, trusting, and affectionate relationships with us, and then exploited and betrayed that trust. The entire time, the director, producer, and crew told me that my work was helping the world, that I was a wonderful person and courageous, and that I made a positive difference in their lives and in the world.
Okay. So this is hearsay so far, right? This is her word against theirs. But what she's basically saying is that from the beginning, they were praising her, giving her compliments, and basically saying that what she's doing is great.
They told me that the story arc would be a hero's journey.
Oh.
But, as you all know by now, when the series aired, the reality turned out to be the exact opposite. Instead, they portrayed me as a cult leader, falsely. The footage was edited to a degree that I cannot even believe is allowed.
Yeah, so already from the get-go, they basically said to her, look, we're going to do this, and we're doing this because it's a hero's journey. You know, we want to show what you go through. We're going to portray you in a positive light. That's the way they pitched it to her. The Deep End did not come across that way, by the way. But, you know, they could have started shooting, and then at the end, they discovered all this stuff about her. But that's how they started to pitch.
Scenes were taken out of order and out of context. There was creepy music and lighting that was used to set a negative tone.
Once again, guys, I do recommend, in order to make a fair assessment of this, to watch her replies to it if you have watched The Deep End, because only then you can make a fair judgment. And from what I've seen personally, she's right. They did cut, you know, voice recordings and footage from another time and mixed it together. And that to me is not a documentary. You know, if you're going to do a documentary, you show what is true, what is real, what is in the moment. You don't play with that stuff. Of course, you want to fluff it up a little bit and make it look nice and all that sort of stuff, and you want to give it a bit of an edge. I get all that. But they definitely played with the footage way too much and had an agenda behind that.
And spliced together my voice from other conversations from different times and places. Essentially, it was edited to make the audience see what they wanted them to see, rather than the actual truthful reality of what actually happened. But the real tragedy in this whole situation is that pretty much since this series has aired, it's really only been my word against their word. But it turns out that I actually do have some proof. What I have found is a series of birthday videos that were given to me by the director, the main producer, and the other members of the film team on my birthday in June of 2021. And by the way, the director, John Casby, and a couple of other crew members even came to celebrate that birthday with me. By that point, the film crew had already been with us filming for 2 years. They knew my work, they knew my...
Okay, so By the time that they sent her this birthday, whatever it is, videos, she said that they spent the birthday with her, so already that's weird. They took their time out of their day to send her videos. We're about to see them. And they already known her for 2 years. So by 2 years, you would know by now if you like her or if you don't like her, if you agree with her teachings or if you don't agree with her teachings.
Family, they knew my team. They'd been to synchronization workshops. They've been to interviews, curveball events, and completion process trainings. So here it is. The video that director John Casby made me for my birthday.
Happy birthday, Teal. Hope you're having a great day. I speak for the whole film crew when I say we have so much appreciation and gratitude to you and everyone on your team for welcoming us into your lives and into your family. I feel like we've learned so much along the way and just feel lucky to have met someone like you who's so brave and intuitive and willing to do the hard things to make the world a better place. So thank you for doing what you do and for being who you are. We love you.
Think of the deception here. That's a man that just created a TV series that insinuated that I am a dangerous cult leader.
Yeah, I agree with her. I mean, if you already know by this point that you're not going to portray her in a good light, why would you send her a video complimenting her and praising her? This means two things to me. Either he genuinely means it, or that's extremely manipulative, because then you're not being honest with her about what you think, and you're telling her one thing, but then behind her back, you're doing something else, which is not cool. Also, what's up with these eyes? He's got really weird eyes. I don't know. Do you guys see it too? Take a look when you see his eyes, because something there. But anyway, the point is, yeah, if that was the case, then either way, something's up.
This part again, and I want you to think to yourself, does this make any sense?
I speak for the whole film crew when I say we have so much appreciation and gratitude to you and everyone on your team for welcoming us into your lives and into your family.
If you considered someone to be like family, how would you feel if they made a film like The Deep End about you? And how about when he says, I just feel lucky to have met someone like you who is so brave and intuitive and willing to do the hard things to make the world a better place. That was one of my favorites.
Just feel lucky to have met someone like you who's so brave and intuitive and willing to do the hard things to make the world a better place.
My question for you is, does that match with what you were shown in The Deep End? Nope. Is that what he conveyed to the world? Nope. At the end of this video, he finished with, we love you.
We love you.
Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but if I don't love somebody, I'm not going to tell them that I love them or care about them, especially if I think badly of them. I'm not going to throw hate at them, but I'm not going to say something that I don't mean.
Sit down to watch The Deep End, or if you listen to John Casby's interviews about making this project and you were asked afterwards, let
me know if you want me to watch his interviews, because I haven't actually seen any of them. That would actually be an interesting video to do, because after what I've seen and then watch his interviews and see what he says about her would be really interesting.
Director feel and think about Teal Swan? What would you say? Now, does it match with what he has said in this video? Most especially, does it match with, we love you? You might be thinking to yourself, well, maybe John went into this project clean and then things went bad between everyone after they filmed these videos for Teal in 2021. Nope. Do you remember the scene with Simon Lavelle, the scene from episode 1? The scene that John Casby has been saying in interviews made him shake while he was filming it, and went on to imply that it made him change his mind about me for the negative. That scene was shot a full 10 months before this birthday video. And I can definitely tell you that what John said to me in the team room about that interaction with Simon and about Simon himself was the exact opposite of what he's been saying.
Okay, once again, this is hearsay. It's her word against his. You know, she's saying that after the footage, he said something totally different to her behind the scenes. But here's the thing. I don't know how much work these guys have done before, the director, the producers, the people behind the scenes. Sometimes what happens in this industry is that these guys might have genuinely liked her, might have, you know, come in with the best, I have to give these guys the benefit of the doubt, might have come in with the best intentions. Genuinely, what they're saying, these videos, these footages, the way that they treated her and her team might have been completely genuine. Sometimes the people who are really in charge, who are really the big producers of maybe the networks that they sold the documentary to, or I don't know, said, no, we're going to go down this direction. Why? Because it sells. There's a phone ringing. I don't know if it's mine, if it's my husband's phone. But anyway, so what that tells me, no, it's okay. It's just a phone. So what that tells me basically is that I would like to give these guys the benefit of the doubt, in the sense of maybe it wasn't their final decision to put the footage together that way. And honestly, if they want to keep working in this industry, they kind of got to say, yeah, fine, we'll go down that route. We'll do whatever you say. Give us the money, the fame, the notoriety, and we'll still do whatever you tell us, even though it may not be the truth. Welcome to Hollywood.
His interviews. And you know the water breath pool exercise from episode 3 that they shot and edited to make it look like waterboarding? Yeah, they shot that 2 months earlier on April 17th, 2020.
Yeah, so there's this footage in the deep end where they basically make it look like her team is waterboarding people. It's a form of trauma release where people get to release emotions underwater. And obviously when you're releasing trauma, it's intense, the whole process. But yeah, they made it look so messed up, and it wasn't. I don't think it was what they made it look like anyway.
The birthday video was a full 2 months after that. The second clip I'm going to show you.
Yeah, so once again, if they waterboarded people, would you be sending somebody a happy birthday video out of your own free time where you're not getting paid to do that?
This is the producer that was with us for the entire duration of the project. Here is her birthday video to me. Once again, this is from June of 2021.
Happy birthday, Teal. Excuse my sweaty appearance here. Happy birthday. I hope you're just having a sensational day and celebrating in all the ways that only you all can. And I'm so sorry not to be there. But thank you for seeing each of us, for seeing us for who we are, and helping us on our journeys as we attempt to share your journey with the world. It's a really special thing, and it's rare. And I know we're all incredibly grateful to be a part of it. In thinking of today, down to business, in thinking of today, I wrote a little poem, little rap poem, so I will now read it.
Hold up. She wrote her a rap poem for her birthday. Guys, I don't know if you've written poetry, but it takes time to do that. Okay, so that means that not only she's taken time to film this, to send it, but she's also taken time to write a poem. And if you know anything about Teal, her favorite thing is rap. One of her many favorite things, but she loves rap music because she says that rap music is like the modern poets of our time. Okay.
Okay, so where to start? The queen, she looks on over all of us so that our trauma is seen, is both a laugh and serene, concocts exotic cuisine, colourful, tasty and lean, from all the places she's been. She gets past the junk, the clunk debunks what's defunct in every one of our brains, so we become less deranged. Her presence never goes missed. Through obstacles she persists. She is a fire, inspires, we but inquire, admire, as not to mire in dire life paths, cross fire of feeling, her voice a lyre of truth, whether it's soft or uncouth. She's not afraid, her mission to expand humankind's vision. Her cognition sees fission and heals it with erudition, a rhetorician, physician in human pain demolition. Her intuition alone has no living competition. She has ambition, volition, and is tactful with exposition, puts herself in position to remake healing tradition with unique disposition for giving us all a chance to take a positive stance towards a future more bright and more deserving of light. On top of that, she's a star, wears heels and still can walk far. As we stare on, amazed, my shoes in envious gaze. So when I think of today, it feels most pressing to say that Teal, you are a wonder. You lead us through as we blunder. We're here to celebrate you with joy and gratitude true. Go outside, laugh and play, because June 16th's your day. Happy birthday.
No.
That does not sound like somebody who does not like someone. Like, if she was so evil, why would you say all those nice things about her? It's like if you think somebody's Hitler and then you write a poem like that to them, praising them, and it just makes no sense.
She says, thank you for seeing each of us for who we are and for helping us on our journeys.
Thank you for seeing each of us, for seeing us for who we are and helping us on our journeys.
She said this because since the onset of this project, I had been helping her and all the other members of the film team with the struggles they were facing in their personal lives. They had been using my processes. In this clip, Bits did an entire slam poem about how much of an amazing person I am and about the amazing work that I do in the world. And now I'm going to show you the rest of the team. This is David Bolin, the director of photography on the project.
Happy birthday, Teal. I hope you have an amazing day. Thank you for all the incredible adventures we've had this year. And I still remember how amazing you made my birthday, so I hope yours is even better. Really excited to see you soon. Happy birthday.
Notice how he says, I still remember how amazing you made my birthday, so I hope yours is even better.
And I still remember how amazing you made my birthday, so I hope yours is even better.
We were so close by that point that the reason that he said this is because he was with us filming over his birthday. And my team and I set out to try to give him the best birthday of his life. We loved David, and we wanted to show him that love. So we bought him presents and cooked for him and made him a cake and filled the day with activities that he loves the most, like playing poker. And this is Richard, the sound man on the project.
Happy birthday, Teal. This is Richard and River. Say hi. Happy birthday. I just wanted to wish you a happy birthday and hope you're having fun. Graciela, Matthias, Blake, Mark, and of course Winter. And one thing we love about you is that you're always constantly pushing us to be better human beings, looking inward, and you're always brutally honest about, going inside of ourselves. And I think a lot of people don't do that too often, and we appreciate that. I know I do, huh, Princess? Happy birthday.
This is already the fourth person who sent her a video out of their free time. They're not getting paid for it, and full of compliments. Something's fishy.
And this is Justin, one of the cinematographers.
Teal, happy birthday from your favorite bear. Very grateful for you and so lucky to be sharing this time in our lives together. Hope all is well. Much love. Happy birthday.
And this is Taylor, another one of the cinematographers.
Hi, Teal. I just wanted to say I hope you have a very, very, very happy birthday. And I wanted to let you know that the things that I love about you are your intense ability to actually listen to people, the eye contact that you make while you're doing that.
These are very personal and detailed messages to Teal. They seem to know her once again, which proves that they do, the time that they spent together. Once again, I just don't understand why they would send this to her and compliment her when, if you see the deep end, she does not come across as a nice person at all. So
really just explains how present you are while you're with other people. And I think everybody really feels that as well. Anyway, I hope I get to see you again and the whole family. I love you all. Bye. Have a happy birthday.
Now that you have seen these clips, I want to ask you, does what you have just seen match with what you have seen in the deep end? Does it match with what you hear John Casby saying in post-release interviews? It goes without saying that we are in really serious emotional pain about what the director and producers did to us.
Yeah, I mean, I feel for her and her team. You know, just put yourself in her shoes. Now, let's just say that either way, it's going to look bad, right? Because let's just say she is a good person and they manipulated the footage. Peanut, are you okay? And they did manipulate the footage. That's incredibly hurtful, especially when you've known somebody for that long. As I said, other option is, you know, they were being very genuine and these guys had no choice, which means both parties got totally screwed over, because then these guys can't come around and say something different, or they're never going to work again and probably not book any more work, or, you know.
Most especially because they resorted to extremely deceptive means to gain our trust, only to betray it. And it is very painful to have such close relationships with people, not only to lose those relationships, but to find out that they were a lie in the first place. All of this on top of the damage done to my career. I made a huge mistake in trusting them and in not making sure that I leaked.
Peanut, no bark. Give me a second. Tiny, but high maintenance.
Had some degree of creative control over the project. Not that they would have entertained that option.
Yeah, I'm sure she's learned from this, because it sounds to me that she went in there just trusting what they basically said to her and what they pitched to her. And she obviously didn't see the fact that they manipulated it. But once again, they could have come in with the right intentions and meant all of that, and then the powers to be, whoever's in charge really at the top, decided to change everything at the last minute, which means everybody got manipulated. That sounds to me like it's most likely what happened. I don't know. Once again, I haven't seen any of the interviews with the director and stuff like that, but you guys let me know. Comment below and let me know what you think, because I'd be very interested to see what your opinions are on this.
I will learn from this and do different in the future. But you, the public, deserve to know the actual truth about all of this.
That's the other thing. She does have a point. You know, if this was manipulated, not only she got played, maybe the director and stuff got played, but we also got played. Because her work is incredibly beneficial. I use her work in my meditations, I use her work in my teachings, in my courses, and I have found them to be incredibly beneficial, not just for myself, but for everybody that I teach. So when you damage somebody like her career, who is somebody who's, in my opinion, trying to do really good, not perfect, but she's doing her best, you're causing a lot of harm. Yeah.
And you need to see what actually happened. Because the reality of the footage they shot, when compared with what they showed you in the deep end, is as different as these birthday videos are from what you have seen in the deep end and heard from the director in interviews. And so all I can do is reiterate by asking the director and producers to #release the footage.
I mean, she does have a point there. Why don't you just release some of the footage to prove that what she's saying is wrong? Because they haven't done that. She has proven some of the footage was totally manipulated. So I don't know, guys, what do you think? It's an interesting one, right? I've seen people have both perspectives, and some people just don't like Teal, which is fine. You know, you don't have to like her. You don't have to like what she teaches. Go somewhere else. Hey guys, so apparently my camera decided to shut itself off, but that's okay. I was right at the end of my video, so I was just about to close the video and simply ask, what do you think? Did you watch the deep end? Did it change your opinion about Teal? Now that you've watched this video, did it inspire you to go on her YouTube channel and hopefully watch her videos just to get a fair perspective? Anyway, that's it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a comment below also if you would like me to make more videos like this, and if you have any suggestions of videos for me to make. All right, have a great day and stay blissful.